Good morning, welcome to Tattoo Twin Tarot. I have no expectations of what today is going to bring, so I'm just going to go with the flow. It's Saturday, lunchtime. It's my son's 11th birthday. So we're just going to have a look. Overcoming difficulties. The worst is now behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. Remember who you are. You are powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are loved. Career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Bottom of the deck. Spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So, overcoming difficulties, eh? I can relate. Let's see. Overcoming difficulties. Where is that taking us? Or where has that took us? We'll see whether it resonates to now or what we've already been through. Okay. So in the recent past, overcoming difficulties, or this could be energy of today. Overcoming difficulties. Cleanse, desire, tranquility. Let go of which no longer serves a purpose in your life. Set purposeful intent and follow your heart. Spend some quality time with your loved ones. So these are clarifying the overcoming difficulties. So if you're facing difficulties, use these practices. If you've just come out of this energy, then that's what you need to do. Be waiting for your next step to come forward. So cleanse, let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. Whether that's pain, whether that's guilt, attachment, whatever it is, let it go. Set purposeful intent and follow your heart. If you want something to work, then you have to step forward and you have to make it work. It's you, who you are the destiny. You are the key to your own destiny. Tranquility. Spend some quality time with your loved ones. So whilst all this is going on, it's not the time to be out there glaring it up and rocking and rolling. It's to be in that quiet space of really appreciating where you've come and what you now have compared to the instability and the chaos that you've had in previous years. Remember who you are. Clarify, remember who you are. Sunlight and opportunity. You are a powerful, loving creature. You are loved. And there's going to be an opportunity to come in. New opportunities around you. Don't let them pass you by. Don't work so hard that you forget to have some fun. So in the coming... Now, well, it depends where you are. So if you've already overcome the difficulties and you've cleansed and you've understood that you have to set your desire, and it doesn't matter, and your boundaries are where they need to be, and you really aren't fixated on the end result, just knowing that this is right for you to do as you're doing. There's going to be a calling of an opportunity for you to go and have some fun soon. Don't work so hard that you forget to have that fun. So it's all right doing this hard work, because it is hard work. It's draining. It's intense. There's a section and a moment to come in to have some fun. Clear transition. Your life purpose is triggered, and a blessing in a career will change. Moonlight. A new love enters your life. It's time to celebrate. The Truth card. Archangel Michael brings the strength and reveals the truth. So this could be somebody's bringing some truth in, which will bring a new love connection in your life. Or this could be regarding a love that you're already connected to, and it's going to give you that refreshing energy of a boost of something because of some truth. And when there's not truth, you don't understand what the other person's going through. And until there's clarity and there's open conversation without blame, without intent, without attachment to it, of an expectation of what you're going to get. Just have that open conversation. That truth can either set you free from that relationship or set the burdens down for you to be able to move on. But without it, it almost is impossible to clear out the energy. And all you're going to do, if you've closed the door and you haven't had that release, and you haven't made peace with it, it's going to show up again. That lesson needs to be learnt. And if you're cutting your nose off too early before the lesson is completely completed, it's only you that's going to have to deal with the consequences of that, because that lesson still hasn't been learnt in its entirety. Although you've done most of the work, the last bit of the work, especially when you're cutting somebody out, or relationships, or whether it's friendships, or whatever this is about, until you've made that peace, the pain of that stays with you, and then you attract from that lower vibration that you still need to heal from. So the next person that comes in is going to be there to heal you from things that your previous relationship left behind, or friendship, or whatever it is, the connection that's really hurting you or has created this pain that you're feeling. Any more from the love of all seasons? Any more from the love of all seasons? I don't think so. I think, oh, okay, last one. Melody. Be aware of the angel sending messages through music. Passion. Put your heart and soul into everything. So when you are in that reflective moment, music is probably going to really speak to you. Music's going to resonate with you. That makes sense, because this morning I was on a bit of a tangent, I'm not going to lie. The saying what you're going to do and then not doing it energy was around me this morning. I find that really intriguing. That really, in the past I would never have pushed the boundaries and asked, but I can't stand it when there's plans that are made, and then if there's no effort, then there's nothing that can be done. You can't make somebody else have that effort, but you can take yourself out of the situation where you keep walking round and round in the same cycle. Always accepting that you're not important enough for them to commit to whatever it is they say they're going to do. So I was in a bit of a tangent this morning. I'm in the kitchen, I've got the music on, I'm doing the dishwasher and all that kind of thing. One after the other, 3 songs came on that was connected to the person that I was angry with. And I was like, is this just a sign to say, deal with it? Stop shutting down, reopen that conversation, be the one to push it forward, because I don't really push things forward. And yeah, so that was kind of, that makes sense to me there. Messages always come when you need them, so they say. And being receptive to the messages means you have to listen to them. Okay, so let's see what Dorian Virtue has to say about this matter. Let's see what Dorian Virtue has to say about this matter. The energies are very intense with this moon, aren't they? So, like you say, the retrograde's coming. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, that seems to want to come out. Relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely within the loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall the other relationships bloom and prosper. So when you feel safe, there's nothing to worry about. You are safe. The situation is under perfect control. Divine providence and universal order only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into a situation to ensure the highest of possible outcome. Effortless will run through you. So, if you're, I'm going to use me as an example here. If you've kind of jumped off at the deep end at somebody because of frustration of lack of their inability to see things from your point of view, or even just accept that there has to be a need to put things in order and prioritize. How can something be so important to you and you want something, but yet you prioritize it last? It makes no logical sense at all. There's nothing to worry about the conversation that needs to be had, or how you're feeling in that situation right now. As long as you go from that place of, in your heart, of not defense, of, okay, I might not understand where you're coming from, but I need you to understand why I can't deal with whatever it is, or however you want to, however it equates to your life. Just speaking from that calmer place rather than that angry, defensive place. But whatever it's going to be, it's things that have continually come up and up and up. It's not the first time you've had these conversations. It's not the first time you've tried to address this issue. This is something that is continually happening over and over. And it's now got to the point where you cannot go through this again. You will not accept this ridiculously low vibrating, low grade behavior. You're not going to accept it. But you also understand that to get to resolution, for you to heal and either completely let this go, there has to be that open conversation that you have to either end things or move things on to a next level so this won't get repeated again. Because I think sometimes we don't deal with the actual issue at hand in the moment that it's happening. It builds up and then little things happen and then it, boom, you bring it up and you say, well, actually, this isn't about that. I was angry because, yes, you let me down, but I'm always feeling as though I'm let down with you. So the moment in that argument isn't, or the moment that you send that message isn't about that. There's something much deeper rooted that is connected to the same thing of maybe feeling neglected, unwanted, and it can come out in the wrong way. So by reflecting and looking back and swallowing your pride and saying, okay, look, I reacted from a place that I wasn't ready to deal with, whatever was going on. You triggered me. Now I want to talk about why I reacted the way I did. I want to talk about why I have to kind of shut down to a degree, and I shouldn't have shut down, or why I did shut down, not what I should, but why I did shut down. And now I want to speak about it, and I want to speak about it from that calm place now. This is going to help the primary relationships within yourself let go. It's going to flow a lot more easier because then you're not going in defensively, and this helps the flow and the ebb and flow of whatever's going on. Fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by the grass, the trees, the plants and the flowers. Spend time outside today and as near to Mother Nature and cradle as possible. Open your curtains and your windows to refresh your home as well. I haven't opened mine yet today. It was so cold this morning, couldn't be bothered. Okay, the last one. Release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms, release the challenges that you hold tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, open your arms, and also open your heart to the love that we are here to assist you with. So by accepting and being very open, you get more from it. You get that healing, and if that means that's the final conversation that you have with somebody, but it's on a very even keel, it means that you're not going to have to go and learn that lesson again. You have finally learned how to walk away from something peacefully. But that could also be by going into this conflicting time, can release what needed to be released to help somebody move forward, whatever that may be. So if you're having a bit of conflict today, overcoming difficulties, if you're feeling as though you're overcoming some difficulties and it feels a bit heavy, just understand that if you need to speak to somebody, because the energy is so heavy right now, it can trigger you. I'm busy. it can trigger you to have a not very good reaction. But the second you realise that, it's time to fix that. And it can be fixed. Okay, let's have some inspirational moon magic cards. Okay. Give us some inspiration from the moon magic. I will not remain stuck. I choose to change. I chose that this morning. I realised I reacted from a place of, I'm just so fed up of this. And rather than explaining it, I couldn't. It was just like, I'm done. I really am done with being treated this way. But then I closed the conversation down. So then I had to swallow my pride. Not that I have any real pride, yeah, I suppose if that's what you want to call it. Swallow that pride, yeah, that pridefulness that would have held me out of the conversation. And send the message to say, we need to talk. This can't end like this. It's an over and over situation. We need to really face what's going on. Things have to heal. And however that manifests, it will manifest. But it's okay to reach out when you know that you're in the wrong. Even though I reacted, that's what it was. I reacted to his in response. He didn't respond. The lack of understanding to how serious the situation was antagonized me to the point where I've spoke about this a million times. I don't feel as though there's an effort put in, or that there's a priority level explained there for me. So when we'd had an arrangement for something to go down, and then it was like, oh shit, is that the time? Sorry, all right, we'll do it tomorrow. What? Something that was important is what we'd said, but yet for days it had been a big, massive issue. The second it was ready to happen, it didn't happen. I was like, are you crazy? But it wound me up. It did wound me up. I gather more wisdom every day. And today I've gathered my wisdom for today. I've swallowed that mouthful of humble pie. And I accept that. Gratefully, I surrender my struggle. My struggle is coping with inconsistency. Is struggling with somebody saying they're going to do something and then not following through. Words and no action. And it frustrates me massively. And I cannot deal with that, because if I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. If I'm not, then I won't tell you, or I say, no, I'm not doing that. And sometimes people please, and then I can't understand how somebody can forget something that's so important, that they said is so important to them, or regarded such important task ahead, and then just completely wash it away. I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't sit right with me. And I got triggered. Massively triggered. Oh, where's that gone? With Melody, life is conspiring for me. So all of this is happening to help you in your highest good, for you to see why you do the things you do. I accept that here now is exact where I am meant to be. Come on out, please. And that it is a place of profound learning. I am definitely in that space of profound learning today. Understanding that for me, you can't just block something out when it isn't right. You have to surrender to it and heal it in an adult manner. Just because they aren't giving me that adult manner or that time that we need, I have to open up that space and say, okay, I need this, so I'm going to give you the time. And if you don't, then I'll have to heal it on my own. Obviously, you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. But it's just very frustrating dealing with people who don't have the same understanding things to you. Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise, invitation, or meeting. There could be some hesitation around this. Sword and the Rose. My tattoo, Sword and the Rose. I always relate that to me and mine. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honour, protection and power. Take a chance, risk being stagnant, options not showing your hand, gambling. Okay, so if I hadn't have fixed the issue of shutting the conversation down yesterday, or shutting the person down that I thought, or I knew had kind of pushed me to one side, I was being sabotaged. I was sabotaging myself because I need the answers. I need sometimes you don't get closure, but if somebody's offering it to you, or that conversation is there, I don't understand why somebody would say they're going to do it in a certain time frame, or when they was going to do it and then just not do it. But here we go. I'm not here to understand somebody else's actions. I'm here to understand why is it triggering me that it's not happening. Probably because I'm sick to death of being fucking let down. But there you go. Take a chance. Being strategic. Options, not showing your hand. So clarity will come in. See, we're all on this learning curve together. Just because I sit behind the camera doesn't mean I'm any more knowledgeable to a certain extent. It just means that I have a verbal way of explaining it that people may understand. So I go through these lessons daily just the same as way anybody else does. There is no difference to me than there is to any of you out there. Oh, that was a bit intense there. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. Sabotage. What was I just talking about? Sabotaging yourself. Repetitive, persistent, working on it. The runner. The runner in a codependency relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to their ego. So this might mean that somebody didn't want to come in because they are the runner, and although they said they wanted to talk this out when it got to the moment of actually doing it, they couldn't. Their runner mentality kicked back in again. There is also addictions on the cards here. Healing heart. Freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. Be lighthearted. Finding out things that are coming to light. Accept, change and heal. Not dealing with the hurt. Avoiding a conversation, call or person. Boundaries. Somebody's still angry. That could have been me not dealing with the conversation yesterday because somebody wasn't ready to deal with it and I got angry. Or maybe my reaction to their action has created this person to completely stand back and I probably won't hear of them. Stabbed in the back, somebody's heartbroken, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. So this could be quite shocking that I stood out and I said things. Coffin, bottom of the deck. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. I told you that this could be something to do with like that difficult situation. You have to face it and understand that you don't always deal with things in the best way possible. But when you do realise that you haven't, that's the moment that you change it. And you can heal things in a multifaceted way. But accepting yourself and not blaming the other people, regardless of how he reacted, I reacted wrong. Even if how can I put it? Even if I was justified to say something, how I reacted wasn't in the highest good for myself, because then I've shut the conversation down and I've been waiting for this conversation to come in. Because it didn't come in the way that I was told it was going to come in, it triggered me. Because once again, I'm put last. No priorities, not being put first. No real commitment to moving things forward in whatever capacity it was going to. So today, a bit of self-reflection for myself. We'll go through it. Hope this may have helped in any which way. So if you're having a bit of conflict, figuring that you're getting triggered, or whatever it is, you're not the only one. We all go through this. So, have a good day. I'll see you soon.